Hey everybody, it's your Professor David Britt coming to you today from Oban, Scotland. This is a small, very quaint fishing village west of Glasgow, and it's actually a place where a lot of the ferries go out to the Isle of Mull. And just a lovely day here today. As you can tell, some blue skies, and that's always a good thing in Scotland. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about Module 6 today. And we're getting close to the end of class, and Module 6 is a very important one because we talk about research. We've really been building up to this over the last few weeks. And so research is obviously at the center of your graduate degree. And so Chapter 12 in your textbook reading, you don't have anything to read in the APA book this week. Yay! But in your regular textbook, Chapter 12 talks about research. And then there are a couple of links that I've provided to the CSU online library that would be very helpful that you follow. And also, if you go back to the Module 0 Getting Started, there's also a video in there from me about how to do and how to conduct searches at the CSU online library. So I'd encourage you to look through and watch all of those. And then the lecture this week talks about research methodologies. And they will give you some tips on how to continue to look at and how to find quality research as you go through. I wanted to define, and I've talked about this a few times, but peer-reviewed research is very, very important. And let's just look at it this way. Let's think, for example, that you and I wanted to put together a research project, and we wanted to get it published in the Journal of Higher Education. I know I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again because it's that important. And for us to get that approved, it has to be reviewed by a jury of our peers. And if it met a very high standard in those areas, they could approve it and include it in their journal. That is so much more detailed and focused than just going out and doing an internet search. And so internet searches may have worked in high school. They may have worked in your undergraduate program. They do not work in graduate studies. So if you walk out of this lesson with anything else or just one thing, remember that. Remember peer-reviewed research. And where you'll find those will be at the CSU online library. And so as you're looking through those, I would encourage you ways to kind of narrow this down, if you will. Look at the abstract for the journal article that you have. Read it. Read the introduction. Read the conclusion. And see if those help apply as a source for you. Also, I would encourage you to save your sources. I put this in the lecture this week. I don't like for a good piece of research to go to waste, and you might be able to use it in a future class somewhere. So if you find a piece of research somewhere, I would encourage you to form some sort of saving document, whether it's on your hard drive or whether it's in the cloud. And I would title it, put it in folders. I would title it not basis the class name, but basis the main point, if you will, of the research, like leadership or critical thinking or those things, so that you'll be able to grab those perhaps in a later class. Another good place to find sources is to look at who your source used. And so as you're looking at these research articles, people who write research articles use sources. So look at their sources as well. That's a great way to find some additional ones. The discussion board this week talks about how you're going to conduct research. So I want you to get real with yourself and your fellow classmates, to tell them not only what you're going to be looking for, but some of the perhaps bad habits you've had in the past that you're going to get rid of as it relates to research methodologies. The short answer this week goes through a question analysis. There are 5 questions that you're going to be reading about in the text this week, and I want you to apply those to your paper. And so hopefully there'll be some good reading, some good application that you can use in your paper. And then finally this week, the writing assignment, I'm going to be looking to see if you have utilized peer-reviewed research in your paper. This will be a great opportunity for you to go back, to add to your paper, but to add to them quality peer-reviewed sources that you'll find at the CSU online library. And And then also the test this week. The test is going to be a test over the CSU online library and some of the things that you will have read there this week. So make sure that you focus on those and just don't go into the test blind this week. All right. Hope you're having a great week. And if you need me, contact me and I'll get right in touch with you. Take care.